What's going on, people? This is your bro, Crypto Cliff, coming to you live right now. This is your mentor, your coach, Crypto Cliff. Listen, I don't want to hear your excuses. I don't want to hear any excuses. I'm tired of hearing excuses. Honestly, since crypto has been running amok, since everything has been going up in the market, I've been having an overfluctuation of DMs coming directly into me with people spitting their excuses. People spitting their excuses. And I don't want to hear your excuses. I don't. Listen, NPCs have excuses. NPCs have excuses. Active players don't have excuses. We're too busy acting. We're too busy going with the flow and the fluctuation of the frequency of succeeding and trying to build a legacy. We're too busy doing that. So let me tell you what's been going on. People have been writing me left and right. People have been going into my DMs left and right. And I'm a friendly person. I know a lot of people think that, arrogance, I'm not arrogant. I'm the furthest thing from arrogant. I like to show results. And people get, intimidated by me showing results. Truth be told. It's a lot of people who talk the talk. It's a lot of people who say they want one thing and they want this and they want that. And they say they can do this and they can do that. It's a lot of mentors who talk the talk. And I said, I'm not going to be that person. I want to be the person that's going to show you what you could potentially get. I'm no different from anybody else. My students are no different from anybody else. I have students from all walks of life. I have students from every single sector of the planet. I have students in Australia. I have students in England. I have students in Dubai, students in Saudi Arabia, students in Maldives. I have students everywhere, right? And they're no different from you. But the one thing that I keep getting over and over and over and over again is these shoulda, coulda, woulda DMs. I don't want to hear your shoulda, coulda, wouldas. I don't want to hear your shoulda, coulda, wouldas. Because if you really wanted to, you would. If you really wanted to, you would. I'm saying it again. If you really wanted to, you would. People do what they're comfortable with doing most of the time. But in order for you to get to that next level, you have to live in a state of uncomfortability. You have to be comfortable being uncomfortable. I lost hundreds of thousands of dollars learning what I know now. I lost money and time. Well, let me correct myself. I took lesson after lesson because I didn't lose anything. But in order for me to become the mentor, the financial enthusiast, the philanthropist, in order for me to become Mr. I Am Money, Mr. I Am Crypto, I had to go through some hardships. And now I made it to where my students do not have to go through the same hardships as I did because I leveled the playing field for them. When I first got into crypto back in 2010, really late 2020, early 2011, there was no such thing as a YouTube channel for me to go to find information. There was no such thing as Google. People didn't know what the hell cryptocurrency was. It was a very new space. Let me tell you how new the space is. When I got into cryptocurrency back in 2011, early 2011, there were maybe only 20 cryptocurrencies on the planet, most of which don't even exist anymore. The only two that still exist is Bitcoin and Litecoin. That's how early I got into the adopted space of cryptocurrency. There was no tools. We literally had to do everything, and we was on the brink of failure at all times, all the way into 2017, really, to be honest. So it was a very scary space. Now you have the blueprint. You have avenues you can dive into. You have mentors like myself you can reach out to. So I took all of the pain, the anger, the depression, the fire and brimstone for you so that I can have that knowledge, that experience to teach you. And my students, they really, really dive into it. That's why I was able to create 52 Millionaires. That's why I was able to create 157 mentees. that actually retired from their jobs, left their jobs, and became full-time investors, full-time traders. It's because they learned from the knowledge and the pain that I went through. So when someone writes me with their shoulda, coulda, wouldas, it really, really, really pisses me off, honestly, because I know what you can accomplish. I know what you can dive into yourself and get out. I know how easy it is today for you to dive into these markets versus what I went through, versus what other mentors who came up in the game back in the day, what we went through. So you cannot come to me with a shoulda, coulda, woulda. I have a good friend of mine, great friend of mine, who came to me last week. And this is a person who I taught for free. I taught her for free. I'm going to say that again for the people in the back. I taught her for free back in 2015 when Bitcoin was literally only less than $2,000. I helped her set up her portfolio. I walked through the exchanges. She had at one point 5 Bitcoin, which in today's value is almost $500,000. She had 5 Bitcoin. I don't know how much Ethereum. XRP had just came out. We got XRP for less than a penny. I set her up to where if she would have stayed in it, she would easily walk into the millionaire mark today. She got out of it because she said crypto was too boring. Investing was too boring. Investing was too boring. And that's just one of the people out of the hundreds of people I got into the space early in 2015 when I first started coming out on a live market saying crypto is this, crypto is going this way. Because before 2015, I wasn't sure of myself. I was still skeptical, even though I had enough sense to dive into the market. I was still skeptical. Truth be told, if people didn't have a self-sabotaging mentality, I would have already created thousands of millionaires. But the average person does one of the worst sins the Bible talks about. They self-sabotage themselves. Not only do they self-sabotage themselves, let me tell you a little thing about self-sabotage. When you self-sabotage yourself, you're self-sabotaging the future generations of your seeds. When you go against a system that was put in place to help you out, this is what cryptocurrency is, the most revolutionary asset in the human history. But when you go against something or someone who has a proven system that has proven themselves time after time after time after time after time after time for year after year after year after year, when you go against that saying, you know what, I see what you're doing and I can't do that, you're not only self-sabotaging yourself, you're self-sabotaging the future generations of yourself. The future generations of you are being let down by your false self-sabotaging mentality. Let's be 100. People don't like me, honestly, because I keep it 100. I'm not going to sugarcoat with you. I'm not going to go back and forth with anybody. I will offer you a debate, which I've offered just about every single crypto mentor on the planet to debate me, and neither one of them wanted to debate me. Only one stepped up, and I tore him and a college professor's ass out the yin yang. I completely ripped them apart, respectfully, of course, but I ripped them apart. But people don't like me because I keep it real with you. Everybody wants that sugar-coated version of something. You want the sweet version. Yeah, I'm gonna walk you through, I'm gonna make you rich. No. Sometimes you need the hardcore truth. And most of you self-sabotage yourself. One of the key components to building wealth is recognizing opportunities. One of the key components of building wealth is recognizing opportunities. I'm going to say that again. One of the key components of building wealth is recognizing opportunities. If you don't know how to recognize opportunities, you will never be rich. You will never be wealthy. Hell, you will never be financially free, are financially stable if you don't know how to recognize opportunities. If you're stuck at a job making $20 an hour, and you know that job that you're stuck at making $20 an hour is not enough for you to live comfortably, and another job walks around, you've been at this job for 20 years, but another job comes around and saying, listen, I'm going to pay you $25 an hour to do the same exact job you're doing for $20 an hour. All you have to do is sign up and you have the job. Most people would stay loyal to the job that they know already, that they know they're struggling with, they know they're not stable with, simply because they're comfortable being uncomfortable. They're comfortable in the position of being completely uncomfortable. Self-sabotage. So I wanted to jump on here real quick to tell you, I'm tired of hearing your excuses. Do not write me with your shoulda, coulda, wouldas. I'm more than happy to help anybody who wants to dive into the market, but do not write me with your shoulda, coulda, wouldas. Because if you woulda, you would've. And you could've, but you didn't. We don't want to hear it. I'm tired of the NPC talk. Only active players from now on. I monitor every single person that signs up for the program now, who wants to sign up for a course now, because I don't have time for a self-sabotaging mentality person. I don't. It's all about people who want to be active in the markets. It's all about people who are hungry for success. If you're not hungry for success, don't even contact me to sign up for a course. And that's point blank, period. All right, we got some one-on-one slots available because the cryptocurrency market has been elongated, meaning that we're expanding out into into July right now. I opened up some more slots for one-on-one coaching, one-on-one futures. I also have a 6-month millionaire mindset course. That's what anybody who makes over 150K a year, you can dive into that course. If you don't make that much money, you can't get into that course. I also have a 6-week group course coming out next week. Active players only. 25th. On the 25th, we start in a 6-week group /crypto/futures day trading course. Group course. It's time to get into the game, people. No more NPC talk. Only active players. Peace out.